conversation last phone and a courtesy call.
Hey guys, welcome back. AuraBomb here, bringing another episode of our PTCGO content. Now today, yesterday actually to be specific, we tackled Yveltal Break. Actually, I don't know if the video was uploaded yesterday. It might have been 2 days ago. Might be 2 days ago. But we tackled Yveltal Break that day, and that was a lot of fun. That was actually a very successful deck, and I even did more testing with it the other day. And what did I do? I took it to my local league and played a couple of games with it. And like built it IRL, and I ended up taking some things out. I think I put in an Umbreon EX as well as Yveltal, so that, you know, just for fun, because I put in Ninja Boy, and Ninja Boy is one of my favorite cards ever, so that was fun. But anyways, I figured since we played with Yveltal yesterday, it would only be fair to play with Xerneas today. And no, we're not talking Xerneas Break, we're talking something completely different. So be sure to drop a like if you're excited to see my variants of a very affordable, minus the shamans of course, Rainbow Road deck. Xerneas Breaks Rainbow Road. Drop a like if you're excited for this, if you like my content. Also subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps the channel grow. I did successfully double my channel's growth over this summer vacation. I didn't reach 500, but we reached something really close. So check it out, guys. The star of this deck is our boy Xerneas, Rainbow Force. The attack does 30 more damage for each different type of Pokemon on your bench. So let's just say we have Skyfield out, okay? If there's 8 different types of Pokemon, say that you have a Shaman for colorless, a Dark Fairy, Fighting, Psychic, Fire, Water, Grass, and Electric type. That's like, say we have like 8 types. That does 8 times 30, which is 816. That does 2400. Plus we have the 10 here. That's 2500. Plus with the Fighting Fury Belt, that's another 10 damage. That's 2600 damage, right? We're not running that though. We're not running that, and the main reason why is because dual types exist. If we have 2 of these types, they both count as different types for Xerneas. So we can actually safely run things like Fairy Garden, which is there's a lot of accessibility with retreating and whatnot, to let us only have to deal with so many Pokemon on the bench, not have to worry too much about Parallel City, because even with Parallel City we can keep our dual types and stuff, as well as Xerneas Break, or Xerneas I should say, not Xerneas Break. We're not playing with Xerneas Break today. And yeah, so our main attacker is this. It also has Power Creation. This Pokemon is healed during this turn, the attack does 8 more damage. We're never going to use that because we don't heal. I could run things like that, but I'm not going to. We will play 2 Shamans just to keep the consistency going. It's very important to keep this deck consistent. We play Pawniard, Charge Order, doesn't really matter, but Bisharp is cool. First of all, it's Shiny Bisharp. This is one of my favorite cards, art-wise, that come out of Steam Siege. This thing is dope as shit. 100 HP, Dark Steel type with the attack Retaliate, which is the attack we can use in this game. It's really nice too. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack during his or her last turn, this attack does 60 more damage. So it does 90 damage altogether if a Pokemon was knocked out last turn, and we could hit for weakness if possible. Dark and Steel, pretty decent because we can hit a bunch of different types for weakness, doing 180 damage, knocking out most EXs that aren't belted or anything like that. So that's nice. We do play 2 Carbink just for safeguard, prevent all effects of attacks include damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX. So it's a nice little shield while we set up in the back. 2 Joltik Galvantula. This Joltik is nice because it has free retreat. That's the only reason why we use it. And Galvantula is really cool. This attack does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Apply weakness and resistance. That means we do 60 damage to the likes of like Greninja. To things, we do 60 damage to Shamans with attacking. And Yveltal cards, things like that. We hit them for 60 damage because we hit them for weakness, even on the bench. And we're not going to be using Electro Whip because we don't have any electric energies, but it is a grass electric deck. I don't know what's wrong with me. We also play 2 Wobbuffet. I like Bide Barricade as long as it's an accurate Pokemon. Each Pokemon in play in each player's hand and in each player's discard pile has no abilities except for Psychic type Pokemon. So it helps hinder your opponent if they're running things like Shaman and stuff to draw a lot if you start with it. And once again, and then we do play 1 Volcanion EX just to hit for 60 more damage. It's not going to do anything else for us except for sit on the bench and do its thing. And the reason why I'm running all these Pokemon without like any Zoroarks or anything like that is because we are running the Fairy Garden. So if we attach our energy to our Pokemon, We get free retreats as long as we have our Fairy Garden out, which is why I'm running 4. I usually never run 4. But because of the circumstances where I want to switch out a lot, I want to run 4 just for this game. And also, there's something big. You know, this is not an AuraBomb deck if it doesn't run at least one copy of Parallel City. And the reason why I actually really want to play Parallel City is, one, it stops your opponents from playing them if they have their own, which is big because you don't want them to play Parallel City. That could screw your whole stage up because that makes you down to 3. Obviously, it's not a big deal because you're still hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's still 180 if you have the Xerneas active and these 3 on the bench, which is still knocking out EXs. That's 200 with the belt and it's plus 10 attack. But you know, it's preferred that you don't do that. We are playing 2 Super Rods because I'm going to be Sycamoring a lot and I want to make sure that these Pokemon stay in the deck. 4 Ultra Balls, 4 Train Mails, and 4 VS Seekers, all for the consistency. We want to make sure we can run through the deck as often as we can while putting things back. 1 Lysander, might bump this up to do. This is actually a very, very rough build. I built this thing like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I built it from scratch pretty much. I was just trying to think of what was to be a cheap deck. And it ended up picking up some, I mean, my deck obviously didn't, but like some variants of this deck ended up picking up some consistency. I haven't seen anybody play it with Wobbuffet yet. Or 2 copies of Carbinks, which is really cool. I see other people play with Golurk, and I'm going to be going over that once I finish the deck preview. I'm going to tell you guys what other people play, why they play it, and things like that. I do play 3 Ents. I like Shuffle Draw a lot in this deck. 3 Sycamores, might bump that up to 4 maybe. 1 Ranger just to deal with things like Jolteon. I already told you guys to stud stadiums. 3 Fighting Fury Belts. I want to attach those to my boys over here. And of course 4 double colors and 7 energies. I could drop the energy count. There's a couple things I wouldn't mind dropping. Like I could drop 1 Fighting Fury Belt for another Lysander or another Sycamore or something like that. But this is a really, really tough build. Now as far as what other people have been running, I've seen some people play things like Max Elixir. And my original build did have Max Elixir. The only issue was I was kind of sick of playing it, mainly because I kept missing it. Even when I had 9 Fairy Energies in the deck, I just kept missing Max Elixir. And it just got to a point where I just didn't even bother playing it anymore. I just kept Ultra Balling you away and whatnot. So I was just like, whatever. Something that's really, really cool that I want to try maybe, but not today because I'd rather play the Wobbuffet, is Golurk. Only because of his double type makes it a psychic and a fighting type. So if you ever want to like take out the Carbink and the Wobbuffet, and put in a 2-2 line of the Golurk, that could be, or not this Golurk obviously, a 2-2 line of the Golurk with the whatever his other Pokemon is called. You could throw that in the deck too. I just rather have these 2 because they both have very, very helpful abilities. Other 2 dual types that help are Volcarona, I believe. I don't really like, I mean Power Hurricane is cool because you can attach a double colors and a Fairy Energy and then it does 120 damage. But I'd rather run Volcanion plus this Galvantula is a lot of fun. Obviously the other dual type Pokemon are Megas, and we don't want to run Megas in this deck. We don't even want to worry about that stuff. Even though you could, in theory, run the Mega Gardevoir, I just feel like that's asking for too much. Other things you can throw in, Absol could be fun. I've seen some people try that. Unknown people have been trying. Jirachi. And Jirachi isn't a bad. Jirachi's just I didn't want to bother Jirachi because I really want to focus on getting the Bisharp out. But yeah, that is the deck list. Obviously you can add some other text like what is it? I don't remember. Should I discard them? No. What is other text? Oh yeah, Enhance Hammer specifically. I've seen people want to try that out, and I'm you know, it's whatever. I'm gonna give this whole thing a little test run. Hopefully we don't run into anything that's like pre-rotation. I don't want to deal with any pre-rotation tonight. I want to make this a nice clean video, although that's very unlikely going to happen. It looks like we're fighting a Volcanion deck though. That could be interesting. Tails and Fails, my friends. You want to go first with this deck, of course. You want to try to get set up as fast as possible. Man, that man must have been thinking Tails and Fails for him too, because it worked out for him. We do start Xerneas, which is not too bad. This is actually a pretty decent hand. We can attach an energy and just Sycamore, and then we have all of our tech supporters in the discard pile pretty much, which is really, really nice for our Versus Seekers. I did play Bridget in this deck, but I found myself running through the deck fast enough to where I never really used Bridget, because with Bridget you have to have 3 bench spaces open, and I'm not playing Skyfield, so it was like whatever. What's cool though is we do knock out these Volcanions because our boy Xerneas hits for the power. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens though. Let's see what he's got himself a scorched earth. This man's running through. Hopefully we can get ourselves a fairy garden, because I don't like this man having all these energies in there. But it looks like he had a pretty shit start. Oh, it's a shame we're losing Bisharp, but what you gonna do? We will grab the belt. Actually, should we grab the belt? Yeah, we're gonna grab the belt because I don't really think Ultra Balling is gonna help that much. Yeah, we'll just grab the belt. We'll grab the belt, we'll throw it on the Xerneas, we'll throw the energy on the Xerneas, and we'll go ahead and sycamore this hand away, draw a fresh Squadron. This is actually going to help big time. We'll kind of like delay his, what's it called? His ability to keep running through the deck. And I'm actually going to Ultra Ball because I want to make sure I have double colorless ready for next turn. So we're going to grab Shaman. Plus I want to put down more Pokemon, like Joltik and Pawniard very specifically, because I want to be able to run through the deck. You could run Level Ball. Level Ball is cool because it gets a Joltik, Galvantula, Pawniard. I think that's about it though. Oh, speaking of Pawniard, we got our boy Pawniard, which is really nice. Hopefully our other Bisharp isn't prized, and if it is prized, we can just Super Rod that one back in. But we got our 2 double colorless, so I think we're set. We can end next turn too. So everything is good. Hopefully we get another Xerneas just in case any shenanigans start happening. Let's see how this works. Oh man, there's a storm outside. Hopefully it doesn't screw anything up. But there you go. Setup was too quick. Wasn't a fan. He obviously wasn't a fan. So we'll be back with the next battle. That was a nice stretch. Anyways, fighting water. That's interesting. So lately I've been seeing a lot of people play without shamans. And I 100% understand it, because if there's not going to be a way to like AZ the shamans or anything like that, super scoop them up or anything along the lines of that. Oh, this is nice because we have free retreat on this. Plus we can Ultra Ball to grab a, what's it called? A Xerneas. But yeah, since there's no way to really get rid of the shaman on the bench, oh my god, this is a perfect hand. It makes it a lot less desirable, you could say. We can get rid of these two. Because we're gonna shaman this turn. So okay, there's only 3 in the deck, which is 1's prize. We gotta keep that in mind. So we got all of our dual types pretty much on the field once we evolve them the following turn. And I'm just, for the sake of not being donked, I am just going to I'll wait. Let me evolve first. Or not evolve, I mean drop shaman first. I have a lot on my mind apparently. Anyways, we got another. I'm not going to drop the Pawniard, obviously, but we do have both evolutions set, so I'm definitely not going to let anything like this happen. What sucks, though, is that we didn't get an energy. Hold up. What's in my discard pile before I do this? Oh, man. You know what? What sucks, what really sucks, is that we actually have to Sycamore. Oh, that's so annoying. Because I have to get an energy this turn just so we have it, just so we can attack the following turn. The fact that we didn't get energy was absolutely ridiculous. That sucks super hard. We got a DCE, which isn't the worst thing in the world, I guess. But we have to end next turn too. Oh man, hopefully we can get a Super Rod, put those back in the deck, because that's kind of annoying. But we got to attach this turn, which is the most important thing. And we're playing Garchomp, which is going to be pretty bad next format because there's no Karina. But this guy's playing pre-rotation, so hopefully we don't get bodied. Because if we get bodied, I ain't messing around. And this is why this deck is so good, this stupid thing. We got Ultra Ball. I guess Ultra Ball is not too bad. We can get Pawniard, we can get Joltik. I think I'm gonna actually get Galvantula, I mean. Yeah. Let me Ultra Ball away. Let's see what we have in here. I don't want to end this man either, so I'm probably going to not do that. We have Galvantula. The other Bisharp is prized though, so we have to make sure that we get a Super Rod at some point. But I do have to end, which is unfortunate because I definitely need to, because I need to get the Fairy Energy. I got to keep up momentum. I'm surprised he didn't retreat, to be honest. But I will drop the Fairy Garden and I will end, unfortunately. We got the energy, which is nice. Carbing doesn't really help us this matchup besides giving us like an extra stadium. But we do knock out his draw card, which is really, really helpful for us. Look at that, 200 damage. That's only one dual type on the field right now, and that did 200 damage. Imagine if we had Bisharp and Volcanion. Is he gonna evolve? No, he just Focus Ashes again. Is he gonna Sycamore or N or something? No, I guess not. He's just gonna attack. Discards 1, draws 2. Alright, cool. We've got the Super Rod. Alright, so that's actually very, very helpful. The question is, excuse me. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. We'll Super Rod, we'll put back the Bisharp, and then this line. Just in case this one gets knocked out, we can mess around with it. But you know what I will do? I really want to... Ooh, does this thing have an electric weakness? It does. It doesn't get knocked out, though. I should be setting up another Xerneas, to be completely honest, but... I'm going to break this one's Focus Sash for the time being. But now I have this one in the back to break more Focus Sashes. Wait a minute, didn't it have a Focus Sash? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, cool. It did the diagonal thing, so I thought I was messed up. Alright, so we do not have another Fairy Garden in hand. I thought we did for whatever reason. Doesn't really help him though. Actually, Silent Lab can be helpful because I won't be able to drop Shamans. But at this point, we don't have to drop another one, which is why I only play 2 in this deck, because the bench gets filled up relatively quickly. As he does Lysander, so hopefully I can get a Fairy Garden off this next couple of turns. If I want to, I could retreat right now. I could Lysander out this thing. Do I have Lysander here? I actually don't have Lysander here. And then I could break this one's Sash and knock this one out. As he gets rid of us. Does he run Carbink? The thing is, like, I have to end him, which sucks. Let's see what we get off this. Oh, I could Sycamore. I'm gonna Sycamore. Actually, did I have a Sycamore? Oh, I had a Sycamore in here. That was dumb of me. Well, that was really dumb of me, actually. I don't run Special Charge in this deck, mainly because I don't really need to. It's just one of those situations where I feel like I'm better off ending. I'm gonna end. I know that might benefit our opponent, but I'd rather keep the Sycamore and the double colorless live in the deck because we can always catch up later if we do end up getting a bit behind. And no Fairy Garden. So we're in a bit of a pickle now. That was actually horrible for us, but we do have Lysander for the following turn. That was really bad for us. It's okay. We're not an EX deck, so the Garchomp can't do any Okos. Let's see if he got what he needed off this, though. He got the Octillery, which I do want to knock out as soon as I can. He doesn't have the Float Stone. So I think what I can do is I can Lysander out this thing. All depending on what I draw, of course. He plays Super Rod himself. What's he getting back? Okay. I'm about to say I don't remember knocking out a Gibble yet. And he sets up that one in the back. He draws 2 cards. Hopefully nothing he needs. We want to keep it that way. And there's a Garchomp though. He probably has a rare candy in his hand. Unfortunately. Oh, he just grabs a Gabite. Alright, that's acceptable. I'll take that. See, the perfect turn would be grab the Fairy Garden, Lysander out the Octillery, switch into Galvantula, knock out this one, and damage the Floatstoned one. That would be the perfect turn. But that would only work if he doesn't get a Garchomp with the rare candy, which he probably is going to get right now. Which there's a Garchomp, so that tells me he has rare candy in his hand, and all of our plans are going to be fucked. I'm still going to Lysander out the, depending on what we get, of course, I'm going to Lysander out the Octillery, because he doesn't have a Floatstone yet. Now give me a little bit more time to prepare for this wreckage that's about to happen. Hopefully we don't have too many Fairy Garden surprises. There's only 2 more left in the deck, and that would be annoying. He is weak to Fairy? No, he's weak to Grass. I don't know why he's weak to Grass. Regular Garchomp is not weak to grass. I don't know why they were just like, let's make this Garchomp weak to grass. Why is it getting him? This man is stacking. Yeah, I'll just give myself a little bit more time to set up. Stall him out a bit. We'll end our turn there. Because I want to break this sash. That's what I really want to do. Let's see what he can do now, though. He can only draw one card unless he like plays down his hand a bit. So we'll see what he can do. Okay, he can draw 2 now. Don't get any float stones, and we should be Gucci. What's in here? He threw a float stone away. I don't know how many he'll play, but for the time being, he has to attach energies to Octillery if he wants to retreat it. What is he doing? Oh, he's grabbing a Garchomp to put on this one. Okay, I see. I see you. He had a red card and he didn't play it. That's interesting. Then again, I do have a stuck hand, so it does make sense. So he's down to 1 card in his hand and nothing to do right now. Since that last card is... Oh my god, there it is. I thought he already played a supporter, but don't get... This man's about to deck himself out. Hopefully we can let that happen. Don't get a float stone, it will be good. The only thing that sucks is that he can see what he's going to grab. Alright, let's see if we can get something good. Shaman doesn't help me. I think I just end. So I want to keep these Pokemon live. So we just end here, I guess. Unfortunately, I mean, we give the opponent our same amount of cards, so I guess it's not a big deal. Okay, we get the Bisharp. That's not the worst thing in the world. We can now retreat, I think. Is that my best play, retreating? Or sacking off the Xerneas? I think my best play is actually... oh, we got the Fairy Garden. I'm just gonna have that one ready for the time being. I'm gonna play the Fairy Garden. I'm gonna literally attack while with this Galvantula while this thing is stuck in the back. So we're gonna break some sashes, double thread. We'll hit this thing, and we'll hit this thing for weakness. Breaks that thing sash, and then we hit that one for. Wait a minute, were they both weak? Why did that one do 60? Is that a glitch? It looks like a glitch to me. That's glitched out, I think. I don't remember. Why would that do that? Is it maybe because I hit this one for 60 that it also hit this one for 60? Because that's definitely not weak to electric. Oh, wait a minute. It's weak to grass, and I'm a grass type. That's actually super cool for us, because now we can have some fun. This thing is such a threat to his team. Dual typing is so cool, guys. Oh, I'm knocking out that Gibble. I'm knocking out that Hawlucha. I'm taking 2 prizes. This man has to start attaching energies to his Octillery. He's down to 9 cards in his deck too. If he Sycamores again, we'll just literally stall this game out and win. And I have another Joltik Galvantula in the hand. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. And your turn, boy. I'm gonna knock out this one. I'm gonna... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna get some knockouts first. I'm gonna knock out these 2. Grab 2 prizes. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Shouldn't I be knocking out the threats, though? I'm gonna get 1 prize. How about that? I'll get 1 prize. I'll hit this one. No, because this thing's gonna evolve at some point. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab my 2 prizes. I gotta win this prize exchange. I'm gonna keep that in my hand. We'll get, we'll knock this one out and we'll knock this one out. We'll grab 2 prizes off this. We might get some useful stuff. The reason why I'm keeping this in hand is that I can attach this to either Bisharp or to Xerneas if it comes down to it. And we got the Fairy Energy, so I'm probably going to attach that to Bisharp. Actually, I'll attach the Fairy Energy to Xerneas, to be honest. Yeah, that's why I attack that. Oh, actually, it's not why I attack that, but it's a better reason to attack that. He still hasn't gotten a Floatstone. He has 8 cards left in his deck. I think he only plays 1, or the other one's not prized. We already saw. He's gonna Lysander something out, but we still have Fairy Garden, so it's not a big deal if he does, because we have the Fairy Energy. Now he just has to choose what's gonna be the thing to Lysander, unless he gets rid of his Stadium right now. Which, if that's the case, we have the double colors to start attaching, just to like get rid of the. If he does get rid of the Fairy Garden, I should say. But yeah, this Bisharp's going to get the Fairy Energy. We're going to retreat. We're going to go into Galvantula. And we're going to start mollywopping this man's field. This deck is so much fun, guys. Retreat into this. And we'll knock out the 2 threatening Garchomps next turn. Man, this double threat is super cool. I can see why it was popular at Worlds. As we already saw from yesterday's Hit It video, hitting for 60 on the bench is pretty big. Like, people think of it as like a small number, but hitting for 60 is kind of big. That's a large amount of, like, oh, is he going to end us to something like, I mean, we lose this. We lose all of our double colors too, which is fine. We just draw them later. We have 25 cards in our hand, in our deck. And, oh yeah, we got both double colors again. And we got the Fighting Stadium, and we win that game pretty much 100%. We didn't get anything good off that. This is wild. 20, alright, we'll get one more game. Hopefully we can find like something more competitive, maybe? We're not like the most competitive deck, but this deck is definitely doing its job. This is Fairy. Alright, so Fairy deck. Oh man, that tells me it's pre-rotation. Most Fairy decks are pre-rotation unless they're like Gardevoir. I mean, not like old Gardevoir, but like Steam Siege Gardevoir. Tails never fails, my friends. Hit that Tails up if you want to get a good start. And, you know, ignore the fact that we have to mulligan. If we had like a Xerneas in our hand, this would be an amazing hand. Look at this hand. It would be spectacular. Alright, if we had a Xerneas on tag, maybe instead of the Galvantula. Alright, so this is not too bad. This is a little bit worse than the other hand, actually. If we can top deck an Ultra Ball, that'd be kind of nice, I'm not going to lie. Show me what you got, game. Because all it looks like I'm going to do is attach the Fairy Energy, play the Stadium, and play Sycamore. Which is going to be lame, because we lose the MVP, which is our boy Galvantula. But the cool thing is Bisharp puts in work, is if he knocks anything out, Bisharp hits for weakness. So that's kind of cool. So maybe we'll have like all 3 Pokemon be MVPs. Both the evolution dual types and Xerneas. That'd be wild. Ooh, that thunder. That thunder's a rumbling. I hope I'm recording with Audacity. I don't even remember if I clicked record. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, this is a bad hand. Holy crap. Alright, goodbye all three of my Sycamores. But we did get this, and we were set up for next turn at the very least. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, although we don't have any draw support for next turn. We do hit for, what, 30, 60, 90, 100. We do hit for 100, which isn't bad for, like, you know, double turn setup. And it is Gardevoir. Looks like it's the old Gardevoir. This is the Spritzy for Aromatisse, so it's the Aromatisse Gardevoir set, which is also going to be an expanded, guys, the Aromatisse with energy transfer, which is why you don't see it played often anymore. Oh, we got N, which is actually really, really nice. It's nice for our opponent too, because very apparent that he doesn't have the best hand in the world right now. Oof, ooh, this is fire. Oh man, this is straight flames. We drop this down. We're hitting for buckets of damage right now. Buckets of damage. We get our Shaman right now. Hopefully not both of them are not prized, because if both of them are prized, we're gonna have a bad time. They're both prized. Are you serious? That's wild. That's wild. I'm gonna play the Pawniard. Actually, I'd rather play the Carbink because now we might have to stall. Can we like? Oh, well, actually, I don't know if I want to top deck a. You know what? I'm gonna keep the Carbink in my hand because if I do top deck Shaman, I'm gonna play it. No, I mean like top prize Shaman, I should say. God, that would have been buckets of damage if we had Shaman. We didn't get the Shaman either. No, that sucks. We still hit for 200, and it'll be 230 after this Carbink goes down. Kind of nice. This thing's a threat now, though. This is a knockout. That shouldn't knock out, so we should knock it out. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's gonna be 100. So he can't knock us out. We're good. We'll knock this thing out. We'll be good. Does he not have a Mega Gardevoir? Or I don't know why he did that. We can play this down on nobody because I don't want to play it on anybody. We knocked this out, right? Yeah, we knocked this out. Alright, give me a Shaman off this, please. Yee boy. Give me a Shaman. Give me a nice and powerful Shaman right now. I have to get a Shaman off this, right? There it is. There it is. Alright, cool. I was hoping that we wouldn't get both of them at once. But now we can play down our Shaman. We'll Ultra Ball, the Fairy Energy, the Fairy Garden, I should say. Oh, you know what sucks? We don't have any energies. So there's literally no point in playing the Shaman yet. I will do it anyways, because we need to get some energy so we can set up our backup Pokemon. We don't want any of these Pokemon, right? No, we don't. Alright, we will play this down on this Pokemon just because it's lower HP. And then we'll play Shaman. Hopefully we can get some DCEs or some Fairy Energies just so I can attach them to backup Xerneas in case, things go awry. We didn't get any energies. What is this? Okay, hopefully we'll get... Do I need to play that Trainer Mail? I'm probably going to play Sycamore, to be honest, so I might as well. Yeah. I'm going to play Sycamore. Do I have Sycamore in here? I do have Sycamore in here. I'm going to play Sycamore because I need energy, guys. You have no idea. I don't want to be stuck behind in the game because we didn't have any energies to attach. And luckily, this is going to be our last game because the storm looks like it might cut my electricity at any given moment. And we got everything we needed off this, which is wonderful. We'll stick with just in case we have to retreat and he ends us or something. And we'll Rainbow Force for some monstrous damage. Look at that, guys. This is why I don't play the Skyfield. It's so easy to get such huge mega numbers with this deck. Look at that. There's only 2 dual types on the field. One of them's really easy to get down. The other one's just a quick double stage evolution. But he does get the knockout, and luckily we have exactly what we need to replace it with. So that's GG. Just play this down, and we play this down, and we attack with Rainbow Force. There you go. That is game. We got all of our prizes too. It wasn't just like field out. All right. Well, this is only a 30-minute video. Do I want to? You know what? Every now and then it's good to not have like an hour-long video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, share, all that good jazz. Let me know what changes to the decks you guys would make. I don't know if I play Hexmaniac in the deck. Because if I don't, I should. Do I? Because I was thinking like I should draw Hex. Yeah, I don't have a Hex in the deck. What do I drop for it though? Being at 6 energies kind of makes me uncomfortable. I would personally play Hex in this deck, guys, if I were you. I'm gonna drop a belt because I've never used more than 2 belts a game. So not to mention you don't need the belts. Like they're nice, but they're not necessary. We'll play Hex. Hex is very important. Hex is a staple in every deck, so that's what I firmly believe that. So yeah, we'll play the Hex. That is the deck though. The deck is a lot of fun. This is another one of those decks that I want to build IRL because it's really easy. It's really cheap. Like the most expensive card in the deck is obviously Shaman. If you guys wanted to, you could replace this with a Octillery Lion, and then you could drop the Volcanion and put in, I don't know really. what's some cool fire type Pokemon that you could throw in? Let's take a look. Let's take a look while we're here. Filter. We'll click fire, and apply. Sure. What are some cool basic fire type mons that are like non-EXs? Or if they are EXs, you are able to attack with, I guess. I'm not seeing them yet. Let's just run through the deck, the list real quick. Combat Blaze. Is Combat Blaze necessary? No, Combat needs his fire energy. That's what I remember. I remember, guys. It's all good. I guess you could play Flareon, you know, because it takes 3 colorless to attack, but you're only doing 50 damage. I guess you're doing 100 with weakness, but like that's whatever. I don't know. I like Volcanion a lot. But once again, you could drop the Shaman. You could drop the Shaman, the 2 Shamans, and 1 of each Octillery and Wobbuffet. And then you could play a 2/2 Octillery line. And then you could drop this for like anything else. Like what type are we missing here? Not really anything. Was it fire, water, grass, electric? Fire, water, grass, electric. Then there's psychic. We're missing dragon. You could throw in Giratina. I didn't like Giratina when I tried doing it, but Giratina is good if you want to have some mega block, which is actually not a bad idea for this deck. It gives you another EX Pokemon just throw down. That's another type pretty much in general. So Giratina could be nice over this Volcanion. I feel like Giratina might clunk up the deck a little bit, and Megas aren't really a threat to this deck, mainly because you're playing Carbink anyways. But you could play that. That could be a play for you. But yeah, this is the deck list. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Once again, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I do try to put TCG content out. As of late, I'm gonna try to do it every other day. That's not a promise, of course, because I can only record so much. There's only so many decks out there that I can mess around with, and I might like do some videos using past decks I've already recorded with, updated, or like after playing with them for so long, I'm able to do like. I made a lot of changes that I like her better. And there's also the whole thing where when Ninja Boy comes out, we are messing with Ninja Boy. But anyways, that's all guys. Hope you all have a good day, evening, or night, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.